Question 13 says, what is the sum of all values of m that satisfy this equation? Now this is a quadratic equation, and I'll show you a few ways to do this problem. So the first method is to solve it, get the two solutions, and add those up. That's one way, and we'll do that right now. So 2m squared minus 16m plus 8 equals 0. First thing we note is that these are all even numbers. So how about we divide everything by 2? So m squared minus 8m plus 4 equals 0. Now from here, we can't factor this, so we're going to use a quadratic formula. We have to memorize the quadratic formula, which is if you have a quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, then the roots are x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and you divide everything you have by 2a. And you have two solutions. Now, we're going to use that formula, which we have to memorize, in order to get the two roots for this particular quadratic equation. Okay. Let's write down what a, b, and c are. First of all, a would be 1, because this is 1m squared. B would be negative 8. There's a negative 8 there. And c would be 4, the 4 at the end. Okay, so m, in this case is m. Oops. Would be negative b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now, the b is negative 8, so let's put that in. The b goes into here, because it says negative b, so negative 8 there. And here it also takes the b, so b is negative 8. And then a is 1. Let's use pink for that. So a is 1. A goes here and here. And c is 4, so let's use green for that. So the c is 4 right there. Boom. Okay. And you have, let's continue, equals negative 8 is positive 8. And you have plus or minus. It really doesn't matter what happens in here, because we're going to add the two roots. So this will cancel. I'll show you later what that means. But this is 64. Negative 8 when you square is 64, minus 16, all over 2. This ends up being 8 plus or minus 64 minus 16 is 48, and you divide that by 2. All this is irrelevant because we are going to add the two roots. Why do I say all this is irrelevant? Because at the end of the day, what happens is one of your roots will be 8 plus root 48 over 2, and the other one will be 8 minus root 48 over 2. This is the first root, and this is the second root. And we have to sum those roots up. And when you sum those roots up, what you find is that the plus root 48 and the minus root 48 will cancel out, and you simply have 8 over 2 plus 8 over 2. So you end up with 4 plus 4, and so the answer is 8. That's one way to do this problem. There's another way. Another way is that when you have a quadratic equation, the sum of the roots will always be negative b over a. And for added information, the product of the roots will be c over a. We're not going to use that for this problem, but negative b over a is useful. So you can do it right now, or even with the simplified version. Right now, if you do negative b over a, the b is negative 16, right there, and the a is 2. You end up with 16 over 2, you end up with 8. which is option D. You can also do it with the simplified version if you'd like. Divide this by 2 and you would have m squared minus 8m plus 4 equals 0, like what we did earlier. And now you do negative b over a, where the b is negative 8, right there, and the a is 1. And you still end up with 8 over 1, or simply 8, which is still option D.